was a E sharp 9, E augmented 7 sharp 9, or E augmented sharp 9. Do you really have to mention the 7? I don't know, man. Hi, welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with a guitar. And they call me on the phone and they ask me, they say, hey, man, what's your show about? I say, oh, it's about an hour. It's about guitars, guitar playing, guitar players, and all things guitaristic. So if you want to call me on the phone, ask me a question about, how to play the guitar, the care and feeding of your guitar. What kind of guitar is right for you? You want to talk about some related topic like the guitarron, the sitar, the cithara, the lute, the oud, the vihuela, banjos, balalaikas, bazookies, bajos, sextos, banjolales. You want to talk about bandolims or bandoras, or you want to talk about ukuleles? Did I say that already? I don't know, man. Cuatros, cavaquinhos, tiples, charangos. I don't know. Trombones, trombarinas. String quartets, string quintets, high brass choir. Hey man, I'm broad-minded. Ocarinas, accordions, pipe organs, piccolos, cornetos, crumhorns, quartholts, shawms, clavinets, clarinets, clavinovas, harmoniums and harpsichords, harmonicas. If you want to talk about politics, world events, your own personality problems, that's fine. But keep it clean. This is a family show. All right. Well, with a little luck, we'll have Sam Knutson on the show later. I guess he's got some issues. He's setting up a band somewhere, and some bar somewhere. And he might be by later. But in the meantime, you're stuck with me. I brought this guitar. I have acquired another guitar. I've had this long running. I know. Bob's laughing, but I've had this long running the saga with it. It involves this Telecaster. A couple of months ago, August 6th to be precise. Maybe it was the day before. I think it was August 5th. But anyway, it was the first Tom's Guitar Show, August. I did a show with 3 Telecasters. I call it A Tale of 3 Tellies, and. There was one that I liked that I was borrowing from a music store. The other 2 I owned. And all was well and good and everything. But the one that I borrowed had this terrible buzz. You plug it in and it goes buzz, electronic buzz. So I decided, I got to have this guitar because I like the wood. So I said, well, okay, I'll get the guitar, but I invested another $160 on the noiseless pickups that don't go buzz. So the guy, it took a while to get the pickups, and he got them. Plugged it in and went bzzz, it's like this. So he put in new pots, potentiometers into the knobs, and plugged it in bzzz, again, So then he put new wires in, and then a new switch and all this stuff. Every time he plugged it in, it would go bzzz, and then a new input jack and everything like that. And so anyway, so after 2 months of this stuff, the guy's tearing his hair out. And then so last week I went in the guitar shop. Actually, I paid off, kind of slow and everything. And so I was all paid up and everything, and so I went over there, and he wasn't working, but Dustin, who does the repairs over there, he said, the guy, the owner of the guy, he'd be like probably really happy if I decided to play a different guitar instead. So I got a Telecaster with P90 pickups, and if you're a guitar nerd, you know what I mean. I always wanted P90s on something, and now I have them, and I've been really happy with it. It's another one of these, U.S.-made pickups, and really great pickups, but the body and neck are made in Indonesia. But, it's really high quality. I wouldn't normally play a thing like that, but anyway. So I was going to bring it on the show, but I didn't because I have my thumb has been hurting me again, and it's been fine for weeks, but I've got 3 big gnarly gigs coming up, and yeah. Here's my thumb. Yeah, my thumb, it hurts. Yeah, huh? Yeah, looks fine, doesn't it? Looks like the ordinary thumb, huh? But no, it hurts right in here, see? Right in there. It might be arthritis.
I have that in my thumbs.
Really? Do they hurt?
They ache sometimes.
Ah.
I have some in my neck and in my shoulder.
Someday, Bob, I'll catch up with you. Anyway, I'm afraid if there's like a player's injury because I play a lot. But if I do play the right guitar, if I play the wrong guitar, it hurts, and it hurts for days. If I play the right guitar, I've come to grips with these go down guitars. So I'm playing this one because I can, because this one's actually therapeutic. So. Sorry, hot lights made my guitar go out of tune. I might be too mature and uncool to play at the mill anymore, but on Thursday I'm going to play at the CSPS building up there in Cedar Rapids. For some big shindig they're having up there, and I'm playing. And I'm going to play this guitar, or the blue one that's just like it. Maybe that one because the strings are newer. But I've been at one point for about a couple of minutes. There are going to be a couple's going to come out and tango dance to something. So I gave them I gave the woman some links to some stuff on the tomnothnagel.com website. And I have some CDs, for sale, some musical downloads, and you can listen to the samples for free. Actually, it's not free because I guess I have to pay for it. But anyway, not very much, but a little bit. There's you get the first minute of it, and then it fades out, and then it plays over and over again. But the one that I thought they wouldn't want, because I have stuff that goes like tangos that go like. This is my like that. But the one that she emailed me back, the one she liked, hang on, I got to turn this down a little bit. It affects that. The one she said she liked, let's see if I can remember how to play it, was the A major tango. And you almost never hear a tango in a major key. This is just one of my own little rambles. You.
Speaking of this weekend, are you doing your usual gig this weekend?
I'm not quite because I'm going to have to take Saturday night off because I've got a wedding reception gig at the Sheraton, and I'm not sure what the story is. I think it's one of those stories that I've been through before, kind of like a last minute thing. Not exactly last minute; it was like a week before, but like somebody's uncle was going to play and decided not to, kind of like withdrew.
Yeah.
Kind of, toward the end of the, probably went through the dark night of the soul, and so.
Didn't have time to rehearse.
Right. So, but for me, because I was just telling the lady in the office, the secretary there, and at the Karen, and up at Coe College here, when I was up there today, and telling her I was calling it my advancing years, but she was saying it was experience because there's certain things that. It's not like a big deal for me. Like to show up and play at a wedding reception isn't a real big problem for me because I've done it,
Right.
a couple hundred times before. See, so it's just like, okay, I'm going to play for a bunch of strangers, and then where do I plug in? So I just need to plug in my little brown amp, and then I'm ready to go. So for somebody who's never done it before, it could be terrible. I think it was probably pretty rough on me the first time I did it, but that was back in high school though. So, anyway. So Saturday night I won't be in Kelowna, but I will be in Kelowna Friday night, and the days of sunshine and fresh air on the patio
Yeah.
are over.
Pretty much over, it sounds like.
Yeah, I did a wedding. I played a wedding on at the Marriott Hotel in Coralville, out there by the river. They have a big big concrete area.
Right.
But they set up a whole bunch of folding chairs and everything, and then there I was, and. It was okay when I got there. I got there early, which is very strange, and so when I got there, the sun was beating down on me. It was nice, but then the sun went over the.
Would you come out here and pick me up? I'll step into the light.
Hey, you should put your hood up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Bob's going to do something. He's got a special shirt on, but we have a.
My new wardrobe, I'm told, is very slimming.
I say, yeah, okay. Let's see how he looks.
Well, I don't want to go too far in. Make sure you get the whole self in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we could tweak a little bit. I'm looking through you and you're not there. Yeah.
It looks like we need a little color adjustment.
Yeah. Could you make him go to logo, or maybe go to black or something like that? Could we do something like that? Maybe he might look good in black.
So do we need like a background then?
Yeah, we want the background. That's the point.
Yeah, we need a background. Here's what we'll do.
We're gonna work it out here. We've got the intern here. We're giving him a hard time. I'm looking through you. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
There we go. Oh boy. There we go. This is what we do here. I should get a shirt like that.
We can't show the usual Tom's Guitar Show logo through it? Or can we?
Well, it wasn't working before, but we could try.
What we usually have behind the usual backdrop.
Oh, okay. Wherever that is.
Uh-oh.
You know where it is?
Well, we
I know
can.
where it is, Tom.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I got plaid. They've gone to plaid.
I was watching that the other night.
Yeah,
Spaceballs.
that's one of the best space movies there were. Bill Pullman was being interviewed on the radio when I was driving my car, and they talked about this and that, and they opened it up for callers, and there we go. And they had first caller said Spaceballs because he was talking about all his other movies, Independence Day or whatever, But let's face it.
There's one of the Dubuque Street hot air balloons from outside the windows out.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got windows in the studio.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, there, okay.
I'll have to move around to get on that camera.
Yeah, you can walk behind me. I'm looking through you and you're... Yeah. Well, we should all get shirts like that. And pants, too.
I got last spring when long sleeve shirts went on sale. I picked this up.
Yeah. That's the best time to get them.
You gotta pick me up over there. Okay. Yeah, that's working pretty well now.
I'm looking through you, and you're not there. Huh. Anyway,
Bob Marley's Ghost.
Yeah.
not Bob Marley's ghost, but Marley's ghost.
Oh. Well, this
Bob Marley is a.
Tom's guitar show, so it's gonna be.
Maybe it should be Bob Marley's ghost on this show. Yeah.
Next time around, someplace that sells scrubs, I'll have to look and see if they have scrub pants this color.
Or maybe they might. Maybe you could get some like obnoxious green sweatpants or something like that. You never know.
Well, I have some green sweatpants, but they're nowhere near this green. You know, it's a darker green.
I'm sure everybody's glad of that, except that's pretty good.
Well, I will get back on.
Scrooge, Scrooge. Hey, we'll bring that back for the Christmas show. We can have you come up and Scrooge.
I'll see if I can organize a pair of pants by then.
It's already on. I should be more excited. Anyway. It's weird. My nose is starting to itch. Just started making a loop. Now my nose itches. Yeah. I keep trying to think if I should try to move this mic a little bit so it's not so in the way, you know, and I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to get my pitchfork out here. So anyway, I played the wedding, and it was all nice and everything, but when I got there, the sun was coming down on me and everything, so I sat up early, and I was standing out there. I was playing my DBZ guitar. It's kind of a thrill for me, because nobody had ever asked me to play a solid-body electric guitar at a wedding before. And the groom, that's what he wanted. I have it tricked out like a jazz guitar, but still. So I had that, my little brown amp, and my little Digitech doohickey that makes a big shimmering reverb sound and everything. And then when we got close to the wedding, like about 15 minutes before, the sun went over the hotel. And it was cold. So there were elderly women there who were like dying, you know, freezing. And the brides and maids and the bride, you know, they had their shoulders exposed and sleeveless things, and it was pretty breezy too. When they did the processional. Toward the end of the prelude, I was wearing my suit, you know, but I had to put my hands in my pockets and warm them up, and then I come out and play another piece and put my hands in my pockets for a minute and warm them up. And the one that really did well was I played Windy, because it was windy, and there were a lot of people there of a certain age who remembered when it was on the radio. Pretty cold. And the bride's family was from Mexico, and I don't think they were used to this. You know, I mean, I guess you can live in the mountains in Mexico and it gets pretty cold, but most of the time it's pretty warm down there. If I were a betting man, I'd bet Sam doesn't make it before 7.
Gotta get that
Yeah. Anyway.
potential guest here.
Yeah. Well, for the last 2 weeks, I've been hoping to get Sam Knutson to come on the show and play a little music and tell us about his opera house project he's working on. I don't know what he's doing with opera houses, but there are a bunch of them across the state, which I researched at one time. And but I don't know what he does with them, so he could enlighten. That's why we have him come on the show, and he could tell us all. But we'll see. He's setting something up in a bar or something.
Plus, everybody's disoriented. It's raining out.
Is it raining? I don't like that song. Actually, I don't know. That was like, they made us listen to that one in music class when I was a kid, you know. Burt Bacharach actually has done some good stuff. You actually gave me a Burt Bacharach book, and I've looked at it. I've been meaning to like do a Burt Bacharach medley, because actually his composition is a lot of times is really decent. I actually never really I remember hearing Alfie. I heard Alfie somewhere, and I had maybe it was Tuscan Moon. I don't know, but I was somebody's recording of Alfie, and. I don't know what it's about. I mean, it's about somebody named Alfie, and I don't really care about Alfie, but the music isn't bad. And that's the way a lot of his stuff is, but...
Yeah, can't remember the song, well, vaguely, but Alfie was a skirt chaser. It was Michael Caine in the original movie, and
yeah.
I think maybe Jude Law in the remake.
Oh, they remade? Oh, no. Now maybe I have to look it up and see what it's... what's about. I don't know if I want to actually watch it, but I mean, life is short, but I'll read about anything, but almost anything. But sitting through a movie is an investment, So now Jude Law's getting a lot of gigs these days, isn't he? He's big time.
And Michael Caine, there's a movie, PCU, Political Correctness University, and there's a gag in it. Some guy is a theater major, and he's writing his thesis on the Caine-Hackman theory, that if you have cable TV, there's a Michael Caine or a Gene Hackman movie on at all times.
Yeah, it's true. Well, Michael Caine, I think he made that movie about, was in Brazil or something, or it was something about Blame It on Rio or something.
Oh.
And the reason,
Yeah, I remember that. That was, I think that was one of Demi Moore's, if not her first movie, a real early one.
was she in that? Okay, I didn't know. Well, I know he was in it.
Yeah, well, Michael Caine has an affair with a teenager, and the teenager is one of two that are down there together, and Demi Moore is the other one.
And Demi Moore's the other one he's not having an affair with, but one of them is his daughter, I think, and he plays his daughter in the movie.
Maybe Demi Moore's his daughter then, because he has an affair with the other one.
That's no good.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe that's right. I think maybe two guys and their daughters go down there, and Michael Caine has an affair with the other guy's daughter.
I don't know if we can even talk about that in this show. But anyway, yeah, well, I don't know much about, I think I did actually see that movie once. I don't remember much about it, but one thing I know was he's been interviewed, and the reason he said he'd do that movie was because he wanted the vacation down someplace warm. And so he could go to Rio, because it would be,
Because, it's summer there when it's winter in this hemisphere.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was better than England at that time of the year. So, actually.
Well, England's supposedly kind of damp and drizzly most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I think didn't I tell my story like last week about the guy I knew from England who took lessons from me, and he'd never been to any place like this before, and he kept saying, "It's so hot, it's so hot." But he was the one who told me about shooting a pea off your back of your hand, and I used that as my rasgueo thing. It's so hot, and he was sweating. His clothes were like. He didn't have the right kind of clothes for this climate in Iowa in the summer, and he was all, it wasn't exactly tweed, but he was kind of heavy. He didn't have any lightweight clothes, and he was kind of pasty-faced and pale, and like his ancestors never got any sun for, thousands of years, and then all of a sudden he was here. But
my daughter lives up in a suburb of Seattle, and you can buy T-shirts and bumper stickers up there that talk about the rain festival that runs from Labor Day till the end of August.
Yeah. My brother used to live in Eugene, Oregon, and he gave me a T-shirt way back when that had said, "People don't tan in Oregon in the summertime; they rust." And there's some guy
they
out there.
The same T-shirts and bumper stickers in Seattle.
Some guy lying out there with a tube of navel jelly, So I thought, if anybody doesn't know what navel jelly, it sounds vulgar.
It's rust remover.
Rust remover, yes. So anyway. Well, we've talked about the weather, but of course, everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Actually, we do, though. We put a lot of CO2 and methane in the air, and we change the weather, so make it more violent and unpredictable.
See, all the combines have been in the fields lately, and I saw a couple grain wagons getting in off the road on my way down here today. They're kind of put a halt to the harvest for a little bit.
I suppose it is harvest. That's harvest time.
The combines are all out. Like I say, I come down Highway 1, and the grain wagons are out on the highway.
Yeah. I don't want to. I could go on Highway 1 down to Kelowna, but I don't because. You don't have a choice, really. Not a logical
coming
one.
here from Solon, it's either that or over through North Liberty, which is, again, a 2-lane blacktop.
Yeah. Well, you could probably go all the way to 380 and come in that way, but that'd be quite a ways.
But that's 2-lane over to 380. So.
That's right, yeah. That's right. Yeah, well... strings are just murdered. I just. How about a blues in G minor? That's two flats, you know. B flat and E flat. was having fun with this chord. I didn't used to know this chord like a week or two ago. I didn't even know what this was. I never used that chord. And the funniest thing is that a young seventh grader, Nina, if you're watching, I mean you, got a audition for the jazz band in her school. And so they gave her a audition a page, can you play these, and this thing that had all kinds of chords. It was actually pretty darn difficult. Chords that I don't normally think of. And I know lots of chords. I know thousands of chords. I just didn't happen to know these off the top of my head. It's been a while since I didn't know a chord off the top of my head. It took the seventh grade jazz band audition music to, so I had to, So we tried the modern solutions, the postmodern solutions. She looked it up on her phone because she had an app for that. See, it wasn't there. So we did the more old-fashioned way. We did a Google search on it for it. Couldn't find it. So I sat down and thought for a minute. Because actually it was a G flat augmented 7 sharp 9. I never thought about a thing like that before.
Can you spell it out and demonstrate it on the?
Well, a G. Okay, so G flat, which is like an F sharp. Minor, no, but G sharp augmented, and so that means the fifth has been raised. Okay. And so, like, let's say we're doing a G, so we go instead of G flat. So like, let's a G try a G B D, right? And then, but it's suspended. No, it wasn't suspended. No, G sharp. No, it wasn't suspended. I'm saying it was just G sharp augmented.
Should be
and then
GBD sharp, right?
Yeah, GBD sharp, and then it has to have an F, and then an A, which you can't do here actually because you need another finger, and I don't have an extra finger. I only have the 4. So I did this.
And then you've got a major second between the D sharp and it's F natural, right?
Right, because it's dominant
With a
7.
Nice bite to it.
Yeah.
Between the D sharp and the F.
Yeah. It ends up sounding like this.
It's a great chord.
I put my D sharp on top though. But I just never ran into it before,
It's a neat chord.
Yeah. So I had to use what's left of my intelligence, you see. Her app failed her, and my Google failed me, and I had to do it the way the caveman did. And figure it out and say, well, I can't play that. I ain't got enough fingers. How am I going to play that without no extra fingers? And I said, oh, there must be a way. Well, the trick is you have to play more than one string with the same finger, hence this. This is a G flat. That was just doing a G. Because G flat's just, See,
Or do like a violinist does and just arpeggiate it.
Yeah, we can do that. I think she's supposed to be comping. Well, what you do though in a jazz band situation is you cheat. As you don't play the whole chord, you just play what you think is essential. This is my ukulele thing. I do that. You have to do that in the ukulele because you can only play 4 notes. In the banjo, sometimes you can play 5, but sometimes you only can play 4. So you cheat. Another thing you do is like on ukulele. I'm showing Donna this, and by the way, Donna's going to sing a solo. There's a show called Monk, which I haven't seen, but about a detective who has all kinds of personal issues.
Yeah, it's not on anymore. I mean, it's in reruns now.
Okay. Well, we'll have it with us always. Eventually, I'll probably see them all.
Yeah, imagine this show in reruns till 22nd century.
Yeah, I suppose.
I Love Lucy's still on.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to see Gilligan's Island or F Troop, I'm sure you can always, it's out there somewhere. So I can always...
on DVD, if nothing else.
That's right. Hulu or something. But anyway, so she's going to sing that song about it's the theme song, like it's a jungle
Song
out
from
there.
Monk?
Yeah, theme is it's a jungle out there.
Oh,
It's,
yeah, okay.
that one. So she's going to sing that one with her ukulele. But she's going to do a solo because she's a ukulele. Donna is a ukulele player. That's her instrument. That's what That's who she is, and it's fine. She's not like a frustrated guitar player or anything like that. She's a baritone ukulele player. So what you do, the ukulele only has 4 strings, and a baritone ukulele is like 4 strings of a guitar. It's like this. So what if you want to get more bang for your buck? You reuse a string. See? Yeah. Yeah. Like that. See? With the guitar I have. Because I have 2 more strings, then it makes a big difference. In extreme cases at my house, I've got 10 strings, or 7 strings.
Yeah, you brought in your 10-string guitar.
Yeah, more than once. Oh, boy, that thing, it scares me.
That must really make you stretch your thumb.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid Arthur's out to get me, but I feel fine now. I wanted to bring my Telecaster, but I was afraid that this would, I don't know. I'm doing this old geezer impersonation. I'm working my way through life. But I have these young fellows, the young people take lessons from me. And I say, be careful how you hold the guitar, because things will, when you get to be about 30, and maybe a little later for a woman, but for a man about 30, this is what I've been taught. I don't know if it's true. This is like stuff I learned, in the past. But when you get to be about 30, if you're a man, your tendons tend to dry up a little bit, and your body quits forgiving you as much. So like a lot of athletes and dancers are they're getting pretty long in the tooth by the time they're 30.
My wife's a compulsive quilter and has had to have carpal tunnel surgery on both hands.
And the quilting, yeah. Well, that's how it goes. And I'm trying to stay healthy, especially since I got those 3 gigs coming up this weekend, and more gigs the week after that. So I don't want anything to go wrong, and so if I have my arm like this and my wrist fairly straight, nothing hurts. I feel good. I don't seem to be doing any damage to myself. I've played a lot of hours like this. Many, many hours like this, and nothing's gone wrong. So I've known other people who've destroyed themselves, in their 30s by not being careful about their form. I'm sorry, I'm boring myself. I think it's because Takfu's falling asleep over there, and he's meditating. That's what he's doing. Yeah, but anyway, so here's my thing. You can play an augmented 7 sharp 9. I don't think it's necessary to call it a 7 sharp 9 because it's if it's a 9 chord, it's already a 7, So it's redundant. In fact, I don't necessarily trust somebody who says 7.
Yeah, I saw that countdown clock over there and thought, well, either we started a 1/10 of a second ago or we've got a 1/10 of a second yet.
Yeah, well, we haven't had that thing count down now for about a month, but it's really, we got a countdown clock over here. It says 59, 59, 59. So 59 minutes and 59.59 seconds. So
Calling a V8 engine a V6.8. I already know there's 6 cylinders if there are 8.
that's right. 6 plus 2. Well, it's just 8, man. 8. Anyway, yeah. Well, the sharp 9 is. Well, there are some interesting chord names, and I've been trying to teach this to people, because I think about this stuff all the time. I've been, my thing is I'll take a popular song or an old standard or something, I'll turn it into a guitar solo. So I have a larger repertoire for my Tuscan Moon gig, for instance, where routinely play for more than 3 hours straight without taking a break or even stopping between songs. I just crank out the tunes. So I do some of my own like improvisation things with my looper, you know, and then I do some classical guitar. And then, just so I don't want to lose anybody, I'll do some standards. And I will say, I'm probably too mature and not cool enough to play at the Mill or Gabe's, you know, anymore. But when I played this wedding reception the other day, the other evening, I played a bunch of different stuff, and there were Mexican people there. I played Mexican music. I played as time goes by, and a woman came up, an older woman whose husband was in World War II, so she must have been into her 80s, and she knew how to play it on the piano, and that was her generation. That was her time. You know, the 1940s was the thing. So I played that. So she was moved by it. The song actually originally came out in 1931. It was considered an old song from a happier time when they made Casablanca in 1942, because it was like 11 years old then. So, but you know, so I mean, a lot of my audience is. I mean, I don't mind playing for people who are older. You know.
You know, you do bring up some good stuff, though, about the activity and proper posture and stuff. And I think it's also worthwhile to point out that, you know, if your mission in life is to do something like play an instrument or do something where you're moving your body, dancing or whatever, you overdo it, you push it, and you're going to burn out soon. Mm-hmm. But I think then after that, the next worst thing to do is do nothing, because sedentariness can also really damage things. But I think what you're doing is really good, because number one, you do all the proper body mechanics. Then you pace yourself, like you were just talking about what you do at these longer gigs. While you vary the styles, you're not doing the same, thing over and over and over and over again. And I think that's great. You know, you're going to extend the life of your tendons, because tendons get lubricated by being moved. You just don't want to overdo it. So striking at the middle path, that happy medium, which you seem to be doing, you'll be playing Tom when you're in your 90s.
That's the idea. That's the idea. Keep on the middle lane, keep on the middle lane, always on the middle lane of life. I'm sorry, I was just driving back from Coralville. But anyway.
Well, that's it, though, yeah.
But the thing is, what I do, though, is like, okay, so I'll do my thing, like I'll do it like, so bar chords like that, and fairly aggressive. And then, but then I loop that, and then
you're doing something else.
The scales are different, because I'm not gripping. My hands are dancing around. My fingers are dancing around. They're not, like holding these chords. So when I've had problems with my thumb, which I'm dancing with right now, if I don't play a whole lot of bar chords, like when I get in the, after a while, that would get tiring. Mm-hmm. Because I could do like this. So I don't do all bar chords. And then, but if I do a song like that, this is intense like that, then I want to do something later. So if I do something like, so I have that loop. I guess I could just go home. Break. Anyway, also the looper is a good labor-saving device.
Absolutely.
Now, if I like Django Reinhardt, I wouldn't have a looper, but I have my brother playing guitar next to me. See, but my brother doesn't play much guitar, and I had to split the money with him anyway, and Actually, I can't afford another guitar player. I used to have Raimundo, but because he could sing in Spanish and Italian and English really nicely, and he could play the basic rhythm guitar like a Mexican,
Did you do any Spanish stuff at that wedding where the bride was Mexican?
I did some Spanish stuff, and I did some. Well, we sang Cilindro Lindo at the reception because her parents and they gathered around. They made them happy, and I don't think the father spoke any English at all. The mother spoke some, and the bride, well, she wasn't totally fluent in English. She spoke English, but I don't know if the groom spoke much Spanish. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Oh, that's
Well, we
that's
won't
a pretty
see.
song, and so you get some smiles from the faces of the in-law, the brides.
Yeah, it was important. It was meaningful. Made them very happy.
That's cool.
And then when I got done playing, and the jazz band came on, and I went back, and the groom's mother, she was trying. Well, she was doing the Jewish mother thing, which is beautiful, but she was doing eat. So I went back to the crackers and cheese in the corner, and then the bride and groom came up, and it was. They were very happy with the way it turned out. It made, guitar music really is. Guitar music is a lot. Guitar music works a lot of times. One thing is very portable, and I know it's 3 minutes. I can hear Phil. Don't they have that in wrestling? They have like a young woman in a revealing outfit come around with the. There's Tak Fu coming out with the.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. There's Tak Fu. Okay. You could shave your chin and make it a little more. Nah, it's okay. It's fine. You look fine the way you are. Anyway, but no, guitar is very useful. I think a guitar seems to work really well for a lot of occasions. Piano is nice, but it's a little bit cold somehow. Guitar is warmer, and it's more portable, and I don't know. I've known a lot of piano players, and they.
Can't set a beer on your guitar.
Well, you can, but never very long.
Don't they have Hawkeye beer can holders that you could put to a guitar?
Those construction helmets with the old 2 cans and the straws come out.
Oh yeah. Well, there's somebody I saw in Austin City Limits who was playing a Telecaster, and he was doing a slide thing with a beer bottle, and it started overflowing all over his guitar. And he kept doing, and then he took out a rag and he wiped it down. But the wiping it down was part of it was playing too. It was still playing his lead. It was like
For you though, Tom, that would be coffee.
Even so, I just have the 1 cup in the morning and a big strong cup of coffee. That's it. I'm pretty low maintenance as far as drugs are concerned. I'll do some ibuprofen and allergy season. I do take some, but sorry, man. That's why I'm not cool. Because I'm not
But your guitar is cool.
I've got to go down. ACS, a multi-act.
And the music you play on it is cool.
I've got a lot of guitars. Maybe next week I'll bring that Telecaster.